Welcome to Alchemy of Detox. Your blissful body begins here. I am Mariluccie, and I am so grateful to have you here with me. Detox your way to vibrant living as we embark on a spiritual and scientific journey to rebirth and renewal. This podcast is more than just about cleansing, it is about transformation. It is about unlocking the incredible power of your body to heal, regenerate, and thrive. Together, we'll uncover the ancient wisdom and modern breakthroughs that make true healing possible. So, if you are ready to break free from toxins, elevate your energy, and reclaim your health, you are in the right place. Let's begin. Hi, hello, my radiant soul family. This is episode number 20. I cannot believe it. This is episode 20 of Alchemy of Detox, and I am Mariluccie, your holistic detox guide. And today we begin a new phase in our journey together, the Hummingbird phase, a time of heart-centered soul nourishment and rebirth. But first, I want to thank you, my beautiful current listeners. Your presence each week is what makes this journey so alive, at least for me. It's the time that I have to reach out to you and share, what really excites me. And for those joining us for the first time, welcome. You are stepping into a sacred space where science and spirit meet, and where we honor the body's ability to heal and transform. Whether you have been here since episode 1 or today is your first time listening, you are part of this family now. Okay, if you have been following along, you know that we have journeyed through the serpent, shedding what no longer serves, and the jaguar, facing the illusions of the mind. But today, something magical happens. The energy shifts, the struggle we have faced through these other archetypes, the shadows we have been navigating, they all been leading into now the moment of rebirth. It is the hero's journey, your story of transformation. Have you ever noticed that in every great story, the hero never just wakes up one day transformed? First, they are tested, they lose, they fall, they get broken down, they face trials, enemies, and the biggest challenges that push them to the absolute limit. And just when it looks like all is lost, something awakens inside them: strength, clarity, and courage. That is the essence of the hero's journey. Described so beautifully by Joseph Campbell, it is a universal myth across cultures. The hero receives a call, resists at first, but eventually steps into the unknown. Along the way, they encounter struggles, mentors, allies, and many, many shadows. They descend into the underworld, symbolizing the death of the old self, and they rise reborn with a new gift, a new truth, something to bring back and share with their people. Detox is exactly this kind of journey. It's not about cleansing the physical body, just that. It is about being willing to step into discomfort, to release what no longer serves, and to trust that on the other side is a version of you that is lighter, freer, more resilient, and more aligned with your soul's truth. Now, let's be real here. Detox is not always glamorous. There are moments that feel like struggle, and it is important to name those struggles because when you experience them, you will know it is part of the process and it is not a sign of failure or that something is wrong with your body. When you step into a deep detox protocol, one done with conscious intention and nourishment rather than deprivation, you may experience some things like headaches, especially in the first few days as your body releases stores toxins, fatigue as energy shifts from digestion to repair. Emotional waves also can come in. There could be some tears, irritability, even bursts of anger as toxins and stored emotions surface together. Digestive challenges like bloating or shifts in the elimination process as the gut microbiome begins to reset. Cravings for sugar, caffeine, or comfort foods, the very substances your body is letting go of. These are not signs of damage. They are signs of release. They are your body's way of saying, the old is leaving, make space for the new. Imagine that. The key difference here is intention. A detox rooted in starvation or punishment creates more harm than good. But when it is grounded in nourishment, plenty of hydration, nutrient dense foods, a lot of rest, and self care, actually, detox become more than initiation, a rite of passage, a sacred breakdown that leads to a radiant breakthrough. So now let's explore what science has confirms. What ancient traditions have always known. Renewal is real and is built into our biology. Let's go deeper now on how the body transforms during detox. When you fast or lighten your toxic load, your cells enter into a phase that called autophagy. And I have talked about it in previous episodes. It is a self cleaning mode where damaged proteins, broken parts of the cell, and toxins are recycled. This process literally clears space for new, healthy cells to form. It is like a biological house cleaning, making your body more efficient, more youthful, and more resilient. Then your DNA is capped with protective ends called telomeres. Think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. Stress, toxins, and poor nutrition wear them down, and short telomeres are linked to aging and disease. But science now shows that practices like detox, meditation, fasting, exercise, and nutrient rich foods actually lengthen your telomeres. In other words, detox doesn't just help you feel younger, it may literally extend your lifespan. The other part is that the gut produces over 90% of serotonin, the neurotransmitter tied to mood, joy, and resilience. When your gut is inflamed or overrun with toxins, that signal is disrupted, and anxiety or depression can follow. Detox restores balance to the microbiome, which then communicates more clearly with your brain and also with your heart. This triad, the gut, brain, and the heart, is what creates emotional clarity, inner calm, and even the capacity of more love. Toxins and processed foods keep your immune system at constant alert. Detox calms that inflammation, reducing risk of chronic illness and creating space for your energy to return to healing, creativity, and growth. This rebirth, my friends, not as a metaphor, but as a living cellular reality. Now, let's bring this wisdom of the shamans. In the Indian traditions, the hummingbird is the guide through the north, the phase of the journey where we embrace joy, sweetness, and the courage to follow the impossible path. And this is what this beautiful small bird teaches us. Think about the hummingbird as a creature so small, yet capable of flying thousands and thousands of miles on migration. It should be impossible. Its wings beat up to 80 times a second, and its tiny heart beats over 1,000 times per minute. And yet it endures, it thrives, it sings with color and vibrancy. The hummingbird teaches us that the journey of transformation is not about sheer force, it's about lightness, grace, and trust. It whispers, feed only on what nourishes you, just as the hummingbird seeks the nectar of the flowers. We are asked to seek the nectar of life, love, joy, connection, beauty, spiritual truth. In shamanic teachings, the hummingbird is also the dreamer, the one who follows impossible journeys to bring back the gift of hope after have shed like the serpent and faced the illusions and the darkness like the jaguar. The hummingbird carries you across the great desert of fear into the oasis of your heart. This phase of detox is not just physical, but it's also emotional and spiritual. It is when you stop choosing foods and practices out of fear or comfort. I shouldn't eat this, I must do that. And start choosing out of love. I want to feed my body what feels light, what helps me shine, what makes me feel alive. The hummingbird reminds us that rebirth is not meant to be heavy, it is meant to be joyful. And when you emerge from detox with the spirit, you don't just feel cleansed, you feel uplifted. You are lighter, freer, more connected with the sweetness of life. This is why the hero's journey ends not just in survival, but in the gift of bringing back wisdom to share. Your transformation becomes not just for you, it becomes a light for others. Beloved, this is the beginning of your hummingbird phase, a phase of joy, sweetness, and rebirth. Detox is not the end, it is the doorway to a whole new way of being. So let's take a breath here and just take all that in, because it's amazing what these archetypes can teach us with imagery, and we can have that ability and opportunity to see ourselves and what is that we are doing to take action in our healing journey. So next week, we will continue with the heart center practices that nourishes your soul and expand your capacity for love and vitality. Okay, my friends, until then, I ask you to stay connected, stay vibrant, and remember, your body and soul were designed to thrive. Let's make space for that transformation together. Bye.